introduce yourself, also introduce the media house that you belong to. We will take questions one by one. There are also questions from the hybrid online attendance. So my team members, Mehul Bhai first.
Good afternoon, team MILKY List. Thanks for detailed and elaborative presentation and briefing. Sir, you are dealing with a perishable commodity. It poses challenges in terms of right from procurement to supply chain issues. How do you address that? Secondly, you have deployed technology, which is a good thing. Can you cite any example of how the insights are applied from various stakeholders' perspective, from farmer, from customer, from B2B? Thanks.
Ratnam sir, I think you can take it.
I'm Mehul Bhai from FinTech Business. Thanks.
So the first
okay. See, milk per se has got a shortest shelf life. Okay. Yes, you all know that, it's as far as the procurement of the milk is concerned, one part. The second part is how do you process it and take it forward. As I told you, we don't, buy milk and sell milk as milk. We buy milk in liters and we sell in kilograms. So thereby, we are extending our shelf life to a period of from 2 days of shelf life of processed milk to a 30 days of shelf life of ferment. Okay, shelf life of our products. So we don't have any kind of a short perishable commodity in our system. All our products are having a minimum shelf life of 30 days or above. And we have a very robust cold chain operations starting from manufacturing unit till its distribution. So we see as an advantage to us having the facilities and having the highest technological advancements. And when I am processing milk and selling milk, yes, the perishable kind of a thing comes into a picture. But since milk is not in that category, and we are only in value-added products with a longer shelf life of more than 30 days, we are able to maintain the cold chain very good and able to maintain the products till it reaches to the consumer segment. What is the second question?
This is Sora from Manipur. My question is to the bankers.
There's another question, so the next one over there. Yeah.
Hi, Sora from Manipur.
Zoya from Money Control. Yeah.
My question is for the bankers. So there were reports that the valuation sought was around double than what is indicated by the price band announced today. So I just wanted to understand what is the feedback received during the roadshows, and then also what is the rationale behind coming to markets at this level?
Is the question, there is a reversal of valuation? Sorry, I didn't understand it.
There is a little bit of a valuation discount from what usually reports suggested that the final offer size will be.
See, there are 2-3 things out here. Valuation is what is an outcome of marketing during roadshows initially. This company has done its extensive rounds of roadshow, not just in India, but in Asia and other geographies, UK and other geographies. So that today the price band that you see is an outcome of that. The second thing which is important also is that there is a marquee pre-IPO which happened in this company, which is also in the public domain of the offer document, also which provided some sense of benchmark setting for the valuation of this company. The other thing that the founders here, Satish and Dr. Ratnam as well from the management team wanted to do was to ensure that there is inclusiveness of the investors who participate in the anchor book of the IPO as well as the main book. The anchor book, of course, will be available on Monday. So the decision to arrive at a valuation is an outcome of that. I don't think officially there was any specific valuation and then a reduction in valuation as you are putting it out to be, but for all intents and purposes, it's a holistic outcome which has come out of the market.
Aishwarya, also from Money Control. In one of your slides, you mentioned peer comparison and about how MILKY is the fastest growing FMCG company as compared to some of the companies that have put out where Nestle, Tata Consumer, which I think is not apples to apples comparison because they have totally different mix as compared to MILKY. So I want to understand how did you conclude on this analysis via this peer comparison that you presented that MILKY is the fastest growing company, and also what is the guidance right now it is 26% top line growth in FY26. So what is the annual guide for the next 5 years?
First of all, we are neither a dairy company. Okay. So when I'm saying that they are dairy company, because our products are in that sense that it's an FMCG product. So we have taken, because of course dairy is our basic thing. So we have taken peers, some of the peers as in that category, and some of the peers, since we are categorizing our products, okay, in an FMCG category, it's a packaged product, okay, packaged food product. We have also taken some of the peers in that sense. Okay? So that is how the comparison has been made. So we wanted to be focusing only on the packaged food company on a value-added segment, right from breakfast table to dinner table. So that's what our positioning of the company is. That also helps us since we are not present in milk, we don't sell pouch milk at all. So we are only into a value-added products only. We look at ourselves as one of the fastest growing company in packaged food sector.
But also with respect to Nestle or Tata Consumer, these are much scale businesses, and for now, 11% or 13% growth is much more normalized growth rate as opposed to making this, which is now expanding to value-added categories as opposed to how it was before. So again, I would say it's not a direct comparison, right?
See, we have been growing, I don't know, this is a 12%, 16%, but if you look at our track record, we have been growing in the range of 30% CAGR, okay, since last few years. Okay? And when we were growing, when we were at the low base also, when we are growing at the high base, something like a 3,200 crore also. And by all things, since we have the technologies, we have the capacities, and we have the market building capabilities, which we have already built for an infrastructure facility. We don't see any, we see a lot of positive things going forward and to sustain this growth what we have given last few years.
Do you see annual growth by 30% every year for the next 5 years?
I would only qualify say that as I told you, we have a 140 billion, 1.4 billion population, right? And what we cater to the population is a small minuscule. So we see a lot of opportunities there. Okay, if today I'm doing something like 1 crore, I'm touch base of 1 crore, consumers every day. Okay, but where is 1 crore? Where is 1.4 billion? So there's a huge opportunity available. So we see a lot of potential, growth opportunities, and consumers moving away from an unorganized sector into an organized food product. So there's a tremendous potential available for any company to grow, and we are present on the right path and the right time.
I'm Christine from VC Circle. I believe.
Can we make the mic a little louder, please, for all the people who are asking questions? We are unable to hear it.
Can you hear me? Okay. I'm Prithvi from VC Circle. I believe there were plans to decentralize your manufacturing facilities from your, Erode plant. Can you tell me if that is still on or will you shut that down?
See, right now we have the enough capacities to meet the demand from our Perigori plant where we are. We have the entire product range, and we have a lot of headroom to fit our assets and meet the demand of the consumer need. But at the same time, which is again in the public domain, that we have taken close to 50 acres of land in Baramati from Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation for the future development, which eventually will come.
So, Danish Tandil from Sure Shop. Basically about the value-added products, generally all the peer companies are doing the advertisement or the consumer awareness. So what will be your thought on that?
The marketing spend, if you look at, Milky Mist has grown substantially. Earlier our spend was around 1.5%. Now that percentage has gone to 3% and is a higher base. So we know that the bigger is a product company and the marketing is key for it, and we are looking at that. Our spend is increasing there.
Good afternoon. Yeah. Myself Bhavika from Times Global News. My question is, how does Milky Mist plan to mitigate concentration risk tied to its primary manufacturing site in Perundura, Tamil Nadu?
See, we have as I explained earlier, we have a plant right now, which with the larger capacities to meet the demand. At the same time, as I told you, that we have a decentralized manufacturing plant, but that only we have taken the land in Maharashtra. And yes, we do have a lot of strategies, and I think that will be told from time to time.
And how does the company plan to compete with large dairy cooperatives and private players?
See, today's per capita consumption in India is about 350-360 milliliters per person per day. What we are looking at is that this is expected to go up as per the data which is available. Is around 650 to 700 milliliters per day per person. And milk procurement is growing in the range of 5 to 6%. If it is growing in the range of 5 to 6%, and the per capita consumption is going to increase as on today from now to double it up in the next coming years, in the form of either milk or in the milk products, we see a lot of opportunities. And we need a big organization, at least 10 or 15 to meet the demand of the population. It's not that any one segment can cater to any one company can cater to the entire needs of the country. We need a very large formats, very large companies, and with a very large production capabilities to meet the growing demand of the 1.4 billion population. That's what we see, a larger opportunities rather than looking at one particular segment of the dairy sector.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Ma'am, before you come in, one permission from you. So we have an online question. The question is, a lot of companies have come up with protein-based products, and that includes dairy, that includes even snacks, that includes bars, protein bars. So where do you find your space in that protein business?
See, as far as the Indian diet is concerned, we need something like a 1 gram of protein for every kg of body weight. If you are something like a 70 kilo, a person weighing 70 kilo, you need 70 grams of protein. That's the bare minimum requirement. How much are we taking today? You just calculate yourself. It comes in the range of around 40-45 grams. Even our own, the industry data says that something like a 47-50 grams. Still, how much is we are lacking? Something like 15 to 20 grams of protein we are lacking. Okay? So that is where this protein in any format, it could be snacks, it could be in the form of paneer, it could be in the form of natural cheeses with the clean labels, or in the form of some protein-based products like high protein milk, etc. They find a lot of space and a lot of demand among the consumers. End of the day, like any other developed countries where protein is the main source, then comes the carbohydrate and then the fat. Whereas in our case, it is just, we are just meeting we are not even meeting the requirement of our protein diet. So we have a lot of opportunities in that category. It could be in any format. And we have a plan, because we are already present in that category. You can see our Milky Mist Greek yogurt with 8% protein, our Sky with 11 or 12% protein. This is a higher one. Natural, which is a natural product. Okay. completely coming from the fermented milk, not from adding or formulation or anything. We have a high protein paneer, we have high protein cheese. There are few more things in the pipeline which will be communicated as and when we come out into the market. So that segment is evolving and we are already present in that segment. Yes.
So we can also elaborate on the probiotic range.
Yeah, we do have a probiotic range. Yes, our the entire yogurt category is a probiotic range. We have the probiotic curd, okay, and that's again, as Mr. Sati says, that it is for a clean label product and a gut health, okay, and the protein one.
Can you throw some color on the production cycle? What kind of technology do you use your production development? Not necessarily relying heavily on the preservatives. What kind of technology do you use to increase the shelf life?
In order to have a, you will be producing a product, but if you have to produce a very high quality product, the technology matters a lot. There are technologies, in our case, for example, you would have seen the video on the paneer plant. It is a complete untouched from milk to the packing, no touching at all, and it's a very, very high-end technology. Over and above, we have very specific designed technologies adopted in our milk business that, when the milk comes, when it is milked from the source, by the time it comes to your dairy, there's a little bit of a growth of a bacteria. So what we do is that instead of using the heat processing, we remove the bacteria. That's the technology what we developed. Every drop of milk which is going into the production cycle is first, the bacterial clarifier is used, the bacteria is taken out, then it goes into the production cycle, and that gives a longer shelf life with a better quality and with a clean, flavor and the product profile.
Hi sir, this is Mansi Verma from Mint, at the back. So I want to understand with the fresh capital that you are raising, what are the white spaces you are looking to get into, and do you have plans to look at M&As, inorganic opportunities to do that?
See, as I said, protein is an evolving category, and today Milky Mist handles about close to 1 million liters of whey every day, which is coming out from a paneer and cheese manufacturing facility. That whey has got a very, very high valuable proteins in it, the nutrients. And part of the proceeds, what we have indicated in the RSP and DRSP is that will be used for setting up of the high-end technologies to extract the protein from the whey from cheese and paneer manufacturing and convert it into a value-added high-protein segment that will give us a premiumization of the brand further. And since we already have the raw materials available in our system, that becomes one of our investment area where we are looking at it.
No inorganic opportunities on the cards? M&As?
See, Milky Mist is open for any kind of good opportunities which may come up in future. And we are organically growing 30%, but if a best fitment comes, I think that also could be explored.
Sure. Thank you.
Hi, this is Anupama from the Hindu Business Line. I want to know, you did brush up a little on the inflation aspect and price of raw materials, price of milk. How much of this, can you brush up on the number, like how much of this was absorbed by you and how much of this was transferred to the consumers? And looking ahead, now that you'll be listed, what is the plans to in future there is some sort of inflation or the price rise, how is it going to look into your results in your financials?
See, as I told you, madam, we are not in milk, pouch milk business. That's number one. And all our categories are evolving categories, growing categories. Okay, the volume growth or value growth, whatever you can be, the cheese, paneer, yogurt, and they are the high growth categories. And high growth categories have got a larger headroom to play. Okay? Now, as he rightly said, and I also pointed out, paneer, what is the market opportunities available? 90% is unorganized, right? Okay, just imagine that from 90%, if the organized sector takes something like another 30%. Okay, so what's the headroom available there? Okay? So all those things, pricing is a dynamic in nature. Okay, there's a cycle which keeps moving, from one end to another end. We have a headroom to play with it, and we don't see. We see a growth opportunities rather than seeing as a constraint for us.
Thank you very much.
Last question, please. Yes. Yeah, take it.
So how do you ensure quality in the raw milk while procurement?
Sorry, but can you come again once again?
How do you ensure quality while procurement in raw milk?
See, we have a very well established procurement system. Since we directly procure from the farmers, the controls has become much more effective. As you must have seen in the DRSP, we have a stage-wise analysis of the milk. Okay, when it comes to the production center level, when it comes to the chilling center level, when it comes to the factory level. So we have a stage-wise, checking and approving the product, means the milk quality. That's one part. But the primary part is that we are actively engaging with the farmers on a clean milk program activity. So how do you produce a better quality milk? Okay, educating the farmers how to make how to improve the productivity, how to keep the cows, their herd, okay, in a better environment, and how do you maintain the hygienic conditions of the farm or whatever it is. So we do a lot of education. We bring farmers to our factory every Sunday. About 50 or 60 farmers, they come to our factory. They see what kind of products are manufactured from their produce. And there is a session on clean milk clean milk production, profitability, animal holding, etc. They see how the factory is clean and neat and manufactured, the quality products are manufactured. Learn that, go back and implement those systems. So all those things are helping. It's not a one-day program. It's a work in progress. It's a continuous program, and we are able to improve the quality of milk day by day, okay, and farmer by farmer. Thank you.
Okay, so now we move on to the next segment.